Hey y'all, I am not going to be on here that long. I just wanted to come and give y'all a good Friday message. Let me see. I am making dinner breakfast food, y'all, and a lot of it. So I am in the kitchen real quick. And then I'm going to get off of here in a couple of minutes. Because I'm going to sit here and enjoy my last little minutes before my grandbaby wakes up, because I'm sure he's going to be waking up soon. And yeah, watching him while his mommy is at work. She'll be off soon too. I just wanted to come and give you guys an important message. And people can make it, outside of politics, but even with that, we are about to see justice prevail, even on that, which I'm not going to talk on that too much, but justice is going to prevail with the whole bad situation with the politics thing. But I'm just talking about in general. Um, you notice how some men are happy, content, smiling all the time, loved, cherished, valued. Y'all notice that? Kind of like, if you have a good man at home that is a good man that is being supported by the earth and the universe, he's simply not angry or upset about anything. He has no gripes. He has no grievances whatsoever. You know, he could complain about the little things, but he's not. He's happy. He's well taken care of. Okay, I can honestly say that about my significant other. He has nothing to gripe about, not at all. Okay, because he got me. The men that are angry, the male that are angry, and this can go for women too. This can go for women as well. Those angry women that have gripes and they're constantly upset and sad about everything, constantly attacking people like they're mentally ill, because it's because the earth and the universe does not support those people, and they are not getting it. They are not getting the love. They are not getting the healing. They are not getting the hope. They are without hope. Sorry, I'm in the kitchen right now, so my connection be in and out. They're not getting it. Okay. So they have nothing but negative things to say, you know. These are not exactly, I'm gonna put these back in for like a few minutes. Sorry, y'all. Yeah, nothing but negative things to say. Let's talk about the women real quick. I am getting ready to be moving into my place of residence, but angry women want to come to this website and claim that I am just down bad and everything is all bad for me, because those are angry, sad women who are depressed and angry about their lives. That's a fact. The men that come on here, the men that are not just on here but in real life, that constantly have gripes, constantly complaining, talking about you, being negative, that is because the universe, Mother Earth, the goddess, does not actually support them. They feel like crap. Okay. A lot of people, I know that we just got over some codes. Um, Me and my significant other, who's an Aries, not nobody on here, but we just got over some colds and we was kind of feeling kind of ick, I'm gonna tell you something. Bad people, they feel 100 times worse. They're not feeling well. They're not well. They're not well. Okay, they're not. They don't feel good. They're very unhappy. They're very sad. They don't feel blessed. Even if they have something to be thankful for, they're still not grateful for it. They're ingrateful. Okay, they're not very grateful. You know, I know that I'm extremely grateful. Y'all know that I had to live with family, until I move into into our home. And I'm grateful because of that. I have nothing to complain about. Why would somebody be not appreciative of their family helping them? And, some people lose sight of that. You can't lose sight of that. It is what it is. You know what I'm saying? I went through the misfortune of living in Georgia. By the way, rest in peace to Little John's son. They done found his body over there in Atlanta. That's sad. There's some wicked stuff going on over there in Georgia. I can tell you that much. It is so wicked. I went through the misfortune of living in Georgia. Now I'm back home. I'm very grateful that I have family that was, there for me on point. You know what I'm saying? Not just my uncle, but my whole family was there for me to help me, you know what I'm saying, pick myself back up from that, misfortune that happened with that landlord and then being stalked and all that jazz. We passed all of that. But people that are miserable and ungrateful, first of all, they brag about what they supposedly have, but when you are ungrateful for the things that you have to the point where you are griping at other people, you're gonna lose that. They're gonna lose even that. They're gonna lose that. Whatever it is that they bragging about, that's got to go because you cannot be ungrateful. Sorry if my audio is going in and out, y'all. I'm in this kitchen. So, that they're going to they're going to be griping, upset all the time, angry, mad, upset. Guess what good men are doing? Good men are relaxing. Good men are getting ready to watch the Super Bowl. Good men know that they're women. They got good women. You know what I'm saying? They don't have no doubt. They don't have no fear. They don't have no insecurity. You know what I'm saying? Even though other men want to make them feel insecure, that's just like today. I had to give my significant other reassurance that I ain't been out there all like that. I ain't got no big body count, and I ain't no nasty crazy bitch. That's all it took. He knows I'm telling the truth. He knows that it's not a lie. He knows that it's the truth. So he can feel confident and comfortable in the fact that I'm loyal to him. You know what I'm saying? These other men that's running around here, chasing down women that don't want to talk to them, constantly got somebody name in their mouth, emotional about complete strangers on the internet. Those men are miserable and they don't feel good. Like I'm talking about sick. I've actually tapped in. Unfortunately, I've been tapped into how they feel. It feels like a sick fog. It's like they're under a sick mental fog all the time. It's a sick mental fog to where they just don't feel well. They can't say, "Oh, I woke up feeling great today." They can't say that ever. Every single day, those men and women wake up feeling like shit every single day. It's not, and you know what? They do kind of make other people feel kind of icky. You ain't supposed to be waking up every single day feeling like crap. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if you got a little seasonal cold or whatever, but this is how they feel all year round. They don't really understand it. They're never going to understand it or get a greater understanding because they're too codependent. They're always trying to point it at other people when in reality, what they need to do is look at themselves and figure out, how can I make myself feel better? How? Why do I feel like this? Why do I feel like the way they feel? and they can't figure it out. They can't. So, they're just not understanding it. So, it's sad. We got Valentine's Day coming up. What's sad is that those evil men, I wouldn't want to be in a relationship with any of them, because guess what? They're going to be thinking about complete strangers on the internet. Can you imagine being in a relationship with a man that all he can think about is another woman on the goddamn internet? I'd be sad and depressed. That would be depression for me. But I don't know. Maybe it's a lavender relationship. I don't know if y'all ever heard of lavender relationships. This is a lavender relationship is a relationship that's actually a front for either being gay or a lesbian or something. It's when you pretend you in a relationship, in a heterosexual relationship, but you're actually homosexual, you know. So it just is, it's really, and that's sad for them. That's sad for them, but we're not talking about that, because I'm not coming for gay people at all. What we're talking about is miserable people in general, is what we're talking about. They're not experiencing the happiness and the joy that a lot of us are experiencing. And so they need to believe that other people are in a state of mind that they're not in, for them to even get through the day. They wake up miserable, they go to sleep miserable. You know what I'm saying? And it's very sad. What I wanted to come and tell you guys is that if you are a good man, please do not relate your identity. Check your identity. Identity is a big thing. Don't identify with men like that. If you are a good man that is happy, and you got a woman that loves you, she's not with you just so that she can stalk another woman. If you got something like that in your life, be grateful. You very lucky. And I wanted to send the message out to good men that we love you and the universe supports you. The universe and the earth got y'all's back 1,000,000%. While those other angry, sad, delusional, crazy, psychotic males, they're going to decay like spoiled milk. That's what they're doing. They're decaying. They don't feel good. They don't look good. They don't smell good. It's all bad for them. Please do not identify with me, because you know how men be like, we're men. And no. You don't want to identify with somebody like that, because what will end up happening is what? You end up being mentally and physically just as ill and sick as they are. Straight up and down. I get stalked by sick people because they have physical ailments. That's why I get stalked by people that are sick, that probably have been in and out of hospice care or something like that. You know what I'm saying? You never know. They act like they own the last leg. We're not gonna get into all of that though. You know what I'm saying? So as a healer, I get stalked by sick people that are physically ill and probably mentally ill too, with hypochondria and stuff. You know what I'm saying? And since they're too prideful and disrespectful, you know what I'm saying, to uh be willing to pay for some kind of spiritual healing. That's exactly because my healing costs money, just like if you go to a doctor or a hospital. Shit, I don't do that shit for free. Hell, I done tapped into their energy before, and it feels ick. It is the most ickiest feeling. It is. And we use sage to clear it up. We use sage a lot, us healers, because you know what I'm saying. Don't identify with those men. Don't get caught up with what they say. They're miserable. They're miserable. Don't get caught up with them. Okay, they'll come on here. I want to talk to men, because you want other men to be just as miserable as you are. That's why. That's why you created this false manosphere, so that you could drag other men down with you, men that have everything to be grateful and thankful for. That's why they did it. That's why they're in social media, and they're only being supported by evil trolls because, trolls are trolls. Trolls can be quite miserable in their lives. They can. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Somebody trolling, that they've got some deep-seated issues that they need to deal with. Okay, seriously. And it usually gets worse. Why do I have this in there? Okay. That's pretty much it. You know what I'm saying? And if you catch my drift, then you know what I'm talking about. To understand what I'm talking about, you have to look at that movie with DMX called Never Die Alone. They're miserable and they don't want to be miserable alone. They want to pull as many, even young boys, they want to pull your young children into it. Your children and your young men that you got in their 20s and stuff, they want to pull them into that misery. Okay. What I would suggest is sage and hot water and salt. Get that off of you. Dunk your head under that water. Get that off of you and be happy. All of us have nothing, but we all have everything to be grateful for. You woke up this morning, you was given the opportunity to do something, you know what I'm saying, and to discover your path and to live your life. And miserable people, they're not there yet. They're not there yet. They probably will never get there. And no, you are not your brother's keeper. No, you're not. You are not your brother's keeper. You do not have to do that, especially if it's not your brother. And sometimes even shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't even go there with them no more. People make a choice every single day. Okay? People make a choice every single day when they wake up in the morning, whether or not they're going to do right or wrong by themselves. And people that make a choice to do wrong by themselves, they going to have to suffer alone. Okay? Now, I understand that there's some of you guys that are out there that are suffering in silence. My heart goes out to you. I'm not discounting you. I'm always here for you if you are a person that's going through something. I'm not talking about y'all. I'm talking about people that are clearly throwing a fit every single day, and they have made a choice and a decision to say, hey, I'm miserable. Here, baby. Jacob, they have made a choice. They said, hey, let me get you a fork. They said, hey, I'm miserable. And you know what? I want to go out here and I want to try to make as many other people miserable as me as possible. Am I lying? Am I lying? You have a choice whether or not you're going to let that person make you miserable. Okay? You have a choice in that. Nobody has the right or the power to especially when they saying something to you. When there's talking, that's all they doing is talking. That's all they doing. Okay? I wouldn't let it bother me. You know what I'm saying? Please understand that miserable people, they are on a war path and they have no idea how to make it any different. And attacking people ain't gonna do nothing but make a Christian. Christians are gonna curse you, and the witches are gonna curse them. That's all they're gonna get is curses. Ain't nobody here to sit up here and be your doormat or your kicking post. There's nobody in this world that is meant to do that for not one person. It is your responsibility, your relationship with your shadow self, your higher self, your all selves is up to you. That's your responsibility every single day. Now, it's some people out here that are very, very lucky, especially if they got somebody like me in their life that know how to recognize spirit and can be of assistance. But some people are not assisted, especially the ones that got problems and they don't have nobody wise enough to resolve it. You know what I'm saying? They just go deeper and deeper and deeper into their miserable psychosis every single day. Okay. And you know what? You may have thought at some point that, especially on YouTube, that it was entertainment, but you're finding out quickly, well, hell, I gotta quit watching this. I could pick up from it. I could pick up on it today. There's a lot of people that were thinking, I gotta quit watching miserable people on the internet. I gotta quit listening to these miserable people, because what is it doing for me? Okay. What is it doing for me? It's not doing anything for me. It's actually making things worse. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And from what I can see, I see a lot of people doing pretty good. Depends on the power and the passion and the strength of the woman. Doesn't matter if you're a witch or you're a Christian. If the woman is doing her role and doing her part, and she's not focused on another woman's vagina, a woman that's focused on another woman's vagina and what another woman is doing, you ain't got nothing but misery right there. Okay. And if you're a man that's unfortunately with a woman like that, that is constantly focused on another woman's vagina, that's sad. Just like if you're a woman that's with a man that's constantly focused on another man's penile gland, that's sad. Okay. All right, guys. That's pretty much my message for today. Hold on real quick. Hey, one of those, but the one, the plate of biscuits by the sink, those are honey butter, and the other one's over by. All right, y'all. That's pretty much it. Ugh. Hugs and kisses to all my peeps out there. I love you guys. Y'all have a happy Friday, and I'll be seeing y'all tomorrow. Okay. All right. Bye bye.